let you guys know, and you get to see that sometimes, like off days and things like that, I like to actually sometimes, and I guess let me just tell y'all straight out. A lot of y'all have been wanting me to actually show myself doing things, and I tell you guys, when in regards to the black community and things like that, I always like to do things like on a personal basis, right? That's just how I operate. I don't like to get out there and show out and show this and show that so I can show proof. Oh, y'all, look at Mr. Todd. Look what I'm doing. Da 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 da. You know, look at me. Oh, it's all about me. But before I get into any of that, I just want to ask you guys to make sure that you hit that like button. You know, if you're on your phone, you know, double tap the screen. If you are at home on a computer, then do me a favor and click the thumbs up button. So a lot of times I kind of like to lollygag, filibuster a little bit just to let people know, you know, to say what's up to you guys and everything like that. Don't worry, folks, I'm not driving. So what's up? What's going on? Bay Brown, Kim Martin, Butch, Karen Stoner, Q the Cat, Mega Tamara, Army Z, Ramirez. What's going on to all you guys? So guys, y'all are probably getting ready to hang out with me a little bit right now, and I'm just kind of letting you guys know. So here's the deal. When I tell you guys about helping out the black community and things like that, people are all thinking about giving money, which we do, charity, which we do. But the thing is, I always tell people, if there's like a skill, knowledge, or something like that that you may be able to help out with, I feel that a lot of us should do that. So here's the deal. I came up in the after school program where they used to take a lot of the young men out on a junkyard, and they would show us how to change brakes, do things like that. You know, change brakes, change the oil, change the tires, change carburetor, you know, change the air filter, change the cabin filter, do a transmission flush, do a radiator flush, right? So the reason why I'm doing this video right now and I'm doing it live is because a lot of my mentees asked me to. So my way of helping the black community is what you guys are getting ready to see right now. And what you see right here is a Dodge Avenger, and it's one of my mentees. It's his mother's car. Her brakes have been squealing for some time, and from what I found out, they were going to charge $75 for the brake pads, and then they were going to charge her $140 per axle to do each tire. So I'm getting ready to take y'all on this little trip and show you just the things that I learned as a young man and things that was given to me, things that were shown to me by this after school program. I'm going to be able to bless her with that. So I'm probably going to just jump back and forth and talk with y'all a little bit while I do this. Okay, so I might just come back and check. So first and foremost, for my young mentees that are watching, in this particular case, I have a jack right here, okay? And maybe I'll go back a little bit so y'all can get a better picture of it, okay? So I got a jack, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to find a frame. I'm going to find a frame on this car, the metal frame. I'm going to jack up the car, but first, you got to find the right size lug nut for that, and I've already did it, and it's going to be a 19. So typically, what I do, you get something called a breaker bar, and I'll show you what that is. What's going on, good people? So here's the 19 that's going to go on that lug nut right there. And what we do, we just loosen the nut while the car is still on the ground like this right now, okay? Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up, folks. So look, this is how, like this is helping the black community. This is how you kind of, you helping the single mothers. They out here, they're trying their, I'm talking about certain ones, they're trying their best to keep things afloat, keep their, children and things together. And so what I'm doing, I'm getting ready to change her brakes. I'm just bringing you guys along with me. So again, this right here is a breaker bar, and you use a breaker bar to pretty much loosen the nuts. And the reason why it's called a breaker bar, because it gives you a little leverage. The longer this is, the easier to be to break the screws, you know, break the lug nuts loose rather, okay? So here we go. I'm about to show you guys right here. And to loosen them, as always, lefty loosey, righty tighty. So I'm going to be turning this to the left. See, it gives it a little bit more leverage, and I'm just loosening it. Not taking them off, but just loosening it. Like that. Just loosen it. All right. So now I got them all. I got all the lug nuts loose. I'm gonna take the jack. Okay. I'm gonna take the jack it up under a frame, not plastic, but under the metal frame, to get the tire just to clear off of the ground. Okay. So now we see that the tire, let me get y'all in a little closer. I might bring y'all in a little closer with me. Okay. Now you see that the tire is off of the ground. I'm going to put that 19 on a Milwaukee. See that? And I'm just going to take the tire off, take the lug nuts off rather, okay? Now, honestly, what I would do, guys, you do want to put a jack stand under the car just to give you a little bit of extra safety, whatever like that. But typically, the jack will keep it up. So all the lug nuts off. A little bit of a trick. Put the lug nuts right inside of here. That way you don't lose track of them or lose them. Tire. A little hard to come off, so we just hit it just like that. And there we have the brakes. So, show you guys something here. This right here is the brake caliper, and this sucker is rusted out. These inside of here, right here, those are the brake pads. So we're going to loosen off this screw right here. And a lot of times you can loosen this screw and just rotate this whole caliper, rotate the whole caliper this way. And we're going to put the brake pads in there. But this sucker got a lot of rust on it too, so we shall see. It was doing some squealing, but she said it was coming from the back driver's side, so that's the side we're getting ready to do. So again, I'm going to loosen this screw right here and try to rotate this whole caliper down. That way we don't have to take the whole thing off. If not, I'll be taking off this screw right here as well. But these bad boys look rust, so I might have to spray some WD-40 on it. So just wanted to show y'all that. So also my young mentees, some of them are watching. So to do that, you want to get you a nice set of socket wrenches, right? Nice set of socket wrenches, and just find the one that's going to fit over this little screw back here. I just tried a 12, so it might be a 14 millimeter. There is no way. So yep, it seems like it might be a 14 millimeter. Now, the fact that it's a 14 millimeter, when you put this on this way, that means the screw is facing that way. So left is going to be that way, if you follow me. And like I said, these screws are kind of rusted on it, so we might have to do something to break it. So yep, it's tight, so I might have to give me a rubber mallet to hit this part right here. So these are the type of things that a lot of people don't see, that folks like me on the weekend, some of my mentees, if the parents got something going on at their house or something like that, so they don't have to go and pay for it, I'll be able to go over there and try to help them out to save them some money and things like that. This is stuff that people don't see a lot of folks and the guys that I have working with me do. See that? Because it was rusted on there, I had to break it loose a little bit. Now this one right here, we might have to use a wrench on it because the brake line appears to be in the way. Which the brake line is. The brake line is in the way. So I might have to put a little wrench on there to break that loose because I can't get this in there because the brake line is in the way. I can't put a socket over it because the brake line is in the way. How sucky that is. So let me find a wrench to put over that, and I'm gonna knock this one loose too. So we will see if I got the right one right here to go over that. And yep, and let's see. Again, I'm just trying to hit this to knock this screw loose. Don't want to strip it. Then again, I might be able to take this one off and rotate it up that way. Let's see. I'm gonna spray some WD-40 on here. It's called penetrating oil. It will kind of help loosen. Again, for some of y'all that are just tuning in, I am changing the brakes, the brake pads on the 2014 Dodge Avenger for one of my mentees' mom. She's a single mother, so we helping them out. We don't even know who it is, none of your business. All right. Make sure y'all hit that thumbs up button. Just take some nice little pliers and then pull it out. And there it is right there. So I'm gonna put some WD-40 on that too so it can go back in there smoothly once we do this. Now let's see if we can get this top one off that's being blocked. See, I'll show y'all. You want to see what I'm talking about? All right, so check this out. Okay, so if you look at this right here, look at this. See that? This screw right here? I can't get a socket around it because it's being blocked by the brake line. See? The brake, I can't even get this. We can't get in there because it's being blocked by this. We can't even get in there to get this on there to get this off. So that's going to be a little bit of a doozy right there. So that's what I was talking about. Once I get that off, we'll be able to get the brake caliper off and get the brake pads in there. So that's what I was telling you guys. So hopefully this 14-inch right here would do the trick. I don't like this, y'all. I don't like this at all. Spray some more WD-40 in here. But it's stuck in there good. It's rusted on there really good. So I'm gonna let that penetrating oil sit in there a little bit. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, folks. If you're on your screen, double tap the screen to get the video a thumbs up. It's a lot of rust on here. I might be able to take it and just rotate it up though. We'll see. We'll see. See that? See how I just rotated that up? I'll show you what I'm talking about. See that? I took this right here, this screw, I put it in here and I just rotated it up on this screw right here. The one I can't get it on, the one I can't get my ratchet socket around. So now the whole caliper, I just rotated it up. And now, right here, y'all see, here go the brake pad. See that brake pad? And honestly, let's take it off. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. Give me a second. So what I'm getting ready to do, this is the brake pad. I'm getting ready to take this piece right here completely out. So make sure y'all hit that thumbs up button if you haven't done it yet. Yeah, see, look. She said it was the rear driver's side. This got a lot of meat on it. I don't think it was a rear driver, so I'm gonna do both in the back anyway, and she might have to go and buy the front because this got a lot of meat on it. Look at that. In fact, what I'm going to do, I'm going to check the other side, and if the other side of her brakes got a lot of meat on it too, I'm gonna take the new ones back. I'll take the new ones back and then just get the ones for the front because that's a lot of meat right there. These don't need changed at all. But I do want to show y'all something for some of my young folks that's watching. This here is a piston right there. And what we would need to get that to go back in, you need a C-clamp, and you can use a metal piece, or you can use an old brake or a piece of metal to put right there to put the C-clamp on it, to a C-clamp on that to push that piston back in there. But even then, it's got a lot of rust and stuff inside. Look at that. So I think I'm gonna just put this brake back on it, because honestly, this brake, this looks good. So give me a second here. I think I'm just gonna put that back on there and let her know it definitely is not the rear. It's definitely not the rear driver's side. C-clamp right here to push that piston back in. So I might be able to show y'all if the, I mean, it's so soft. I can't do it with two hands, but I want to show y'all how I'm using this right here to push that piston back in there, and it's going back in there nice and easy. So just putting that back in there. Take her brake. Let's do something here. Put it back on there, rotate it back down. Back on it goes. And this little pin right here, slash screw, put a little WD-40 on it so it can slide back in real good. And I'm going to tighten it back up. Remember righty tighty, lefty loosey? Tight. Now, one thing you want to do is when you get done doing something like this, when you get in the car, you pump the brakes until the brakes is real hard to push. Don't drive it and then do it. You want to pump the brakes first before you drive the car, and make sure that the brakes are hard. So now what I'm going to do, folks, I'm going to put the tire back on, put the lug nuts back on, and check out our other side. I wish if this wasn't live, I'll be able to get the music and everything to play for you guys. So. And remember, I told you to put the lug nuts back in here so that way you won't lose them. Because trust me, people find some way, they're in a rush, they're moving, they end up kicking the lug nuts, whatever like that. Match this part right here. See that? Match that up with where you would air the tire up at. I don't know if y'all can see that right there. Match that up. Start off hand screwing the lug nuts on there just a little bit. Now the wheel's gonna move a little bit, right? Once I start to screw this back on, the wheel is going to move a little bit, and when it does that, all I gotta do is either lower the car down or you can put the emergency brake on to keep it from moving like that, okay? Here we go. And when you do this, you want to cross. Go across. Here. Then here. Then you go over it again. All right, now, when you're doing like this jack right here, this right here, same thing, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. When you turn this to the left, don't just crank it, okay? You want to go real slow to where you kind of break it. And once you break it a little bit, let the car come down real slow. So here's an example. See, I'm going to just grab it. I'm going to go real slow with it. See that? I just broke it. Now when I do that, I bring this down real slow, and you see that the car is going down. So now, what I'm about to do, we're going to try to see what's going on with this side. So it's going to be the same exact process. I'm going to break the lug nuts first with the breaker bar, jack the car up on the frame, take the nuts completely fully off, and we're going to check that caliper on that side, because she said it sounded like it was coming from that side. So all right. Make sure y'all hit that thumbs up button. All right, here we go again. We're just gonna break the lug nuts loose, going to the left. Lefty loosey, righty tighty. Make sure it's on there, then break it loose. There we go. Took it off the breaker bar. Put it on here. Getting ready to jack the car up under the frame. And also, as a reference, a lot of your car got the manual in it that a lot of folks don't read. I'm one of those weird people that do that, right? So what you do, you take the car manual out, and it tells you how to change your tire, but it also tells you certain points in the car where you can jack the car up. Okay, just let y'all know that. All right, so I'm getting ready to jack it up. Go ahead and take the lug nuts off after I get the tire completely cleared off the ground. And again, sometimes if you want to, I've done this a lot, but if you're doing this for the first time, you might want to put a jack stand right here, right next to it, just for safety. Have y'all hit that thumbs up button yet? I'll put some WD-40 on this. These are fitting perfectly on there, but they're snugging real good on there. Remember, just take the lug nuts, put them right in there. Sometimes you can't pull the tire straight off because it'll be stuck on there, so sometimes it requires you to give it a little bit of hits or sometimes kicks. See how stuck that tire was on there? Now, I'm gonna show y'all something, okay? Visually looking at this, y'all probably can't see it. There's a lot of meat on this brake too, but you guys probably can't see that. She does not need her back brakes changed at all. But I tell you what, man, look at the rotor. Look at the rotors. She needs some new rotors like yesterday. So what I'm going to do, because she don't need brakes in the back, I'm going to check the front too. I'm going to check her front brakes, and it might just come down to it squealing because the brake pads are on these. This rotor is horrible. That is horrible. So I'm going to put that back on. Check her front tire. Definitely don't need the back brakes. I think I need to get a different socket. Don't want to come off. Look at that. It's stuck in there. Way to get it out is just kind of dropping and a right angle. So I might have to get something inside here to pry it off and get a different socket to put on this. Are y'all still here? Where the chat go? I don't see the chat. Did YouTube mess up the chat? There we go. So yeah, I think that the reason why she was getting squealing is because of the rotors are rusted out. And then this right here, it fits in there, but then once you, I might try a different socket right there. Or I might just hand tighten it. And remember, go cross, cross. Here, 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 here. Like that. As long as you cross them, you're good. Let it down. And now we're getting ready to take you to the driver side to see what's going on there. Same thing. Was it better from this angle? Same thing. Break a bar to break the lugs loose rather. Same thing here, folks. You're about to break them loose. Hit the thumbs up button. So in case, you know what, I'll tell you what, I'll do this real quick. In case some of y'all wondering, the reason why I said that I was doing this video is because I say this is one of the ways that I'm showing folks. See, this is how you help the black community. We got mentors. We do have mentors, men mainly, and then have my mentees. That most of them, majority of them, come from a single parent home. So we know how things are with them a lot of times on the financial level. So me, besides medicine and things like that, skills in home, handyman, car, things like this, is the fact that I was shown how to do this when I was a young man around 13 years old. This is a way of helping a single black mother save money by not having to pay almost, they're going to charge like $150 an axle plus $70 for the brakes. But it looked like she don't need brakes. From those two that I just did back there, it doesn't look like they need brakes. It looked like they need a rotor. So anyway, I'm about to get back to it. Getting ready to break the lug nuts loose. Go to the left. Sorry if I got my butt all in y'all face. Just breaking it. Now I'm gonna jack it up in that spot right there. Now we can take them off. You almost want to use the bigger one to take it off because this seems like those get stuck on there. That's the right size, but for some reason it's sticking out. All right. Again, lug nuts in the plate. Not losing. Tires a little stuck on there, so give it a little kick up here. Knock it right off. Now with these, I need to get a flashlight in on that. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna flip the camera around and see if I can get the flashlight on so we all can see in here. Bro, what the? She seemed to have decent meat in there too. I don't know if y'all can see that. I know I already mentioned that about the jack stand. You're right. But I can't really tell from this angle. Wait, look through here. That looks like decent meat to me, y'all. I can't really tell in this side. I can't really see past that rotor. I'm gonna go ahead and probably unscrew it right here and then take this caliper, rotate it out so I can see the brake pads. That's what I'm about to do. So we shall see. As long as you set this socket to go to the left, as long as the socket is pulling to the left, then you're good. See that? As long as it's pulling to the left, you know that when you put it on there, it's always going to loosen it. Give it some taps with the mallet. Get it in a different place, as a matter of fact. Loosen it. And on this, once the threads are out, then you should be able to pull the screw straight out. Show you what I'm talking about. All right, so this is what I'm talking about. Once I get this, the threads come fully out from this part right here. Once the threads come out, all the way out, this pin pulls out like that. Now, this is what I'm saying. Hopefully this front brake does the same as the other one. See that? I'm going to take it and rotate it out. Look at the brakes. Plenty of meat. That's plenty of meat on both sides. So it's not her brakes at all. It's, my opinion, it's the rotor. That back rotor, this rotor right here don't look too bad. It got some shine to it. But the squeaking definitely was coming from the back brakes, and it's definitely rear rotor. So I'm gonna let her know. So I'm going to let her know that it is going to be her rear rotors that need to be changed. Her brake pads are good. Her brake pads are good, so there's no need for no rotor. So I'm going to put this back on, let her know that she's going to need rear rotors. And the good thing about it, I guess, rotor's going to cost more, but the least not. I mean, honestly, I would rather it had been the brake pads because it's cheaper. But hey, as long as we know that they're doing good and they're going to be safe, that's all that matters. So we're going to put the pin back in. Get the tire back on there and switch it to where you're going to pull to the right. We're going to tighten this back up. So they do this thing at the store, at the AutoZone, where they would turn the rotors. They would smooth the surface and everything out. But you guys saw that back when that back one was completely, totally, that back one was completely rusted out. Like, it was just, bring y'all down to my level. The back one was completely rusted out. So I'm going to tighten this back up, like I said, and see what she would like to do. So give this a little tug to where it's hard and snug. Now I know some of y'all, I do got a torque wrench, but I've done this for years, and yeah, You need 18 pounds per square inch tire. Da, 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 da. So, put this tire back on. Remember to match up the little hole. Match up the hole with the part you air the tire up at in. Match it up there. When you put a tire on like this, general rule of thumb, take the first screw and put it on the bottom one right here, because the tire always want to rotate. The tire always want to kick out like this. So if you get that bottom one on there, you don't have to worry about the tire kicking off like that. See that? Just did it again. Just hand screw them on there temporarily. Just moving her little hubcap just to give us a little bit of room right there. So, but remember, go across. Makes that noise right there. Go across right here. It don't matter where you go, as long as you crossing. Now I'm gonna do the same thing again. I'm just gonna cross over again. This thing goes in here so snug, I don't really. I'm gonna do it again because it moved a lot, so. No. All right, I'm gonna let it down. Okay, ladies and gents, so the conclusion here is she did not need no brake pads at all. Turns out she is going to need rotors. So went there, bought the pads and everything like that. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna let y'all go in a minute, but just so some of y'all don't freak out about stuff, you see this? Huh? This right here, that's a torque wrench. Okay? And I'm gonna go back and go over it to make sure it's to the proper specificities and all that good stuff like that. So what I'm gonna do though is once I get that on there, I'm gonna take her car, I'm gonna let her know that it's the rotors on there. We're gonna see what the rotors are gonna be, and then I might come back and show you guys how I'm gonna change the rotors on this same car right here. But at least she's not freaking, she won't have to freak out that something is wrong with her brakes and that the brakes are off, because she got all kinds of people that she has all kinds of people that were saying, girl, get your brakes changed. It's this, it's that, you know, you gotta get them brakes changed. They were scaring her and all that. So anyway, you guys see the title of the video, right? And that's what I'm talking about. doing things like this for anybody. It can be anybody, but I'm just telling you specifically in this particular instance that I'm doing this specifically. I do this a lot for my mentees. Their mothers, some of them do got both parents, and then a lot of times I'll get with the father and be like, hey, you got to come with me, sir. You're going to come with me. When we change these brakes, I'm going to show you how to do it, sir. A lot of young fathers, I showed them how to do this as well. So this is what I'm talking about when I say this is how you can get back to the black community and things like that. This type of stuff right here is what I do all the time. I don't film it and show all my kids or anything like that. I don't even like to show my young mentees on YouTube or anything like that because I like to keep things like that private. Just like the Bible says, when you do things in privately, you will be blessed openly for it. So it might come a time later on, I don't know, because some of my younger ones, they were like, I want to be on YouTube, because some of them want to start a YouTube channel. I'm talking about the older ones that are like 18, 19, 20 years old. They want to start a YouTube channel. So I might have it one time where I actually do something like this and I'm going to instruct them through it and have them do it so you guys can watch it. But this is what I'm talking about. It's not just me being on YouTube making videos and things like that. You get to see me doing something for people that are like mothers of my mentees. So that's what I'm getting ready to do. Getting ready to take those brake pads back, get a refund on those because they're not needed. And then we're going to see how much the rear rotors are going to be because that's what's needed, okay? So I'm getting ready to do that. And I might do that. I might bring y'all back and do it. That's if y'all want to be here and watching it, all that good stuff like that, okay? So I appreciate y'all being here. Make sure y'all click that thumbs up button on the way out. Do not forget to double check and make sure that you still are subscribed to the channel. And just like always, I am Ty Smith, modern Renaissance man, hoping and praying that every last one of you guys have food, shelter, and clothing. Most of all, praying every last one of you guys are in great health, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. God bless you all through Jesus.